Hello and welcome, friends. My name is Lynn, and today I'm playing along with Kendra's card challenge number 20. And I'm going to be making sketch number 6 because I love card front panels, as some folks may already know. And a sketch like number 6 here is really great for scenes like these. This is from Pink and Main's Winter Woods. It's a pack of card front panels, and what's nice is it's already cut to 4 by 5 1/4. So it does leave that really lovely border all the way around if you want to do what I've done, where from solid color cardstock, I've already cut my panel to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and that's the size of an A2 panel. And I am going to follow this sketch, but not exactly 100%, because if you have played along with Kendra's card challenge, you'll already know that the sketches are just a source of inspiration for you to start from. And certainly, if you were playing along where you start with 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern papers, you follow the cutting guide to cut them down, you're already going to have the pieces that you need. But what I'm going to do is, because I want to preserve as much of this card front panel as possible, because look at that lovely scene. I really hate to lose any of it. So I'm just going to wing it, and I'm just going to make a diagonal cut through this card front panel. I'm not going to measure anything. If you followed the cutting guide, you would have these pieces from the original set of 6 sheets of pattern paper that you've cut. But because I'm just winging it, I have a lot of freedom and flexibility to decide how I want to split this in half. So for example, if I cut here, you can see that's going to cut through the sun, and I don't know if I want that. So if I explore cutting the other direction, and this is a nice way to kind of preview what the two halves are going to look like. I can kind of see what the top half, what the bottom half looks like. And I think I like that better than slicing through that gorgeous sunset. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to find an angle that looks pleasing to me. You don't have to measure it. You can just kind of wing it. Now, this card front, it is 5 1/4 tall, and you can see in the center there on the sketch there's a little bit of a gap. So if we want to have a gap here, I actually need to take a little smidge away from the center there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try my best to cut a parallel strip about 1/8 of an inch or so off of the center. And now when I put the two halves back in place, I have a nice equal border all the way around and through the middle. And that's it. I mean, it's as easy as that, and you can see that I've preserved all of that beautiful scene, and it's just really lovely, easy to do. Of course, you could do this sketch with pattern paper as well, but I feel like by using a card front panel, not only are we do we have like a beautiful print or design, but this almost becomes a bit of the focal image because it's just part of the scene. Now, one of the things that I love to do is border my panels with Love from Lizzie's pinstripe stickers. I took a moment to do that off camera, and so here I'm back again with all of the borders fully lined in peel off stickers. And the reason I like to just add that little bit of a border is it helps to make these panels feel a little bit more polished, a little bit more finished, because they're framed. But I can stick to the original dimensions that these card panels were cut down to. So if you're following along with the sketch, this is a really easy way to add a little bit of a border, but then you don't have to trim down the pieces any, you don't have to trim any extra cardstock, and you still get a really lovely border or frame all the way around those panels, those pieces. And so I find that it's a nice little cheat, a nice little hack for creating an extra little mat or layer without really having to alter the dimensions of the pieces that you've already cut. And so you don't really have to change up the sketch any. It just adds a little bit something extra. So I've quickly colored up this adorable little polar bear. He's from the Winter Pals stamp set, which does have a coordinating die. And even though polar bears are all white, you do still want to add a touch of color. I like adding the lightest gray that I have in areas where I feel like that would be the shadow. And then I use my zero marker or a colorless blender to smooth out that transition from just plain cardstock, the white cardstock, and that very, very light gray. It just helps to add a little bit of a shadow so that your polar bear has a little bit of depth and dimension. So I've also got a Warm Wishes sentiment die, also from Pink and Main, who is a super sponsor this quarter of KCC 20. And big thank you to Pink and Main for being a super sponsor. Not only can you win prizes if you play along by making a complete set of 15 cards and linking it into the LinkedIn party, they've also supplied us, some of us on the design team, with these fun products to craft with and share inspiration with you. So I am going to link to everything that I can find in stock. We got this as a fun little bundle, which I think is so well curated for us. Just really love how Michelle at Pink and Main put this together for us. And I'm going to kind of finish off my card with a little bit of low profile foam behind my sentiment and my polar bear here. But I sort of want to join them up so that it feels like they are kind of attached together and are one unit. And the low profile foam just helps to elevate it a little bit so that it just stands up off of that background. So here's a final look at my card. I did add a bit of embellishments like the little holographic stars I think were kind of cute. And that finishes up my card for today. I hope you play along with Kendra's Card Challenge number 20. You have until the end of December or the end of the year to get your entry in for a chance to win some amazing prizes from Pink and Main and all of our super generous sponsors. Thanks again, and links to everything will be in the description box below. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.